And here's where we are, man. We're probably completed of that C wave and the fourth wave potential. And then now we're seeing that run up. It looks like on the daily, not being in oversold territory just quite yet. And finding nice little support and a bottom right there and that little red box area. But we'll also show that red box area again on the 4 hour. Because it looks like we double topped as you're seeing this sell off right here. Right? As we see the sell off, we could definitely move this box to here. Well, actually, ooh, hold up. This actually isn't very good at all. Because, hold on a second, kidlins. Okay, so here's what we did, right? Here's our double top. This right here, this little red area that it's about to be red, this little red area. We triple topped right here as we see the 1, the 2, and then the 3 tops. And then we basically collapsed, and this is where you saw this huge sell-off. And now we gained strength, build that inverse head and shoulders, and then ran again. But now we're showing a double top on our oscillator, and then we're seeing it with candlesticks. But what's concerning is that this is a lower high than here, right? Probably should use white. Let's use the white. So, it gives me reason to believe why we could go down from here. But I'm still bullish, right? I mean, I'm not bullish. I mean, I'm not bearish until we break the trend. So we got to break the trend. And that would look to be, you know, you get above that 13,300 level, man, you're really looking to cook. I mean, you are looking to sky. Because you're showing this impulse, right? I mean, you're showing, if this is the big count, this is 3, this is 4, and then this would be 5, somewhere up in this mystical crypto $15,000-$16,000 range, you know, or you come back and double top back up to that, you know, 14 area. But this is all crypto land, man. This is all fugazi. None of it really means anything because none of them really do anything. So these are all just technicals, right? It could decide to crap the bed tomorrow. Let's also go to this chart. Okay, so as of right now, super cool. We are holding this yellow line, which is kind of like a bullish line for us. We want to hold the yellow line, which means we kind of hold the 21-day moving average, and that's beautiful. That's what we're looking to do. So it would appear that we did hold support here, and we did hold this white trend line, this white bigger trend line that we had looked at. And now you're running up. You're reaching the first sell-off point that you would come to with this being this orange line. If you can't hold this, then one would like to think that you're probably coming down to, you know, 11.8, somewhere around in there. And hopefully trying to hold more of a bullish stance at 11.8 if you go down that far. And there's nothing to stop you from coming all the way down to here, though, as well. You know, to just over those $10,000 region again. But as of right now, if we can hold here, one would like to think that we are going to continue up. And here is why. So that would be 1, that would be 2, and then this would be 3, 4, and 5. Okay? And then I think... So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, B's. I'm not sure how valid that would be. Let me flip it up a little bit. Let's see here. Let me get a good count on this. Okay, so ABC, and then that would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this would be 3. Which means 4 comes down to here. So yeah, like right her. And then that's just maybe a super extended fifth wave. Maybe that's a little too high. But I would like to think the yellow or the red line could be possible, so that's why I'm feeling that we could still be bullish. Now the only thing I would say from here, looking at this, okay, yeah, looking at this, this has all the makings of being a little bit premature if this is the third, the third leg here, because you would probably chop around for a second and then you would shoot to the upside because you have to have some consolidation. You don't really have much right now. Even before these big impulses and these sell-offs, it's a little bit of time before you run again, right? So even here, for example, you chopped around for a while and then you impulsed and then you kind of went sideways and then you fell down and then you went sideways, more or less, and then ran up heavy, right? So I would like to see if we can consolidate. I think we'll see these alts pop, like everybody keeps talking about alt season or whatever, but it's super hard to say that when you have a Bitcoin dominance level of 66% and so many other crazy things coming on. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it as of right now. Yeah, we held support. I mean, and the 200-day is always chasing. I like the fact that we're on this side of the market where it's chasing. And hopefully we can keep maintaining and getting bounces off this 50, 55-day moving average. That would be so ideal. That's going to make everybody happy because that's going to make you really bullish, right? So until we break this actual trend, there's just no need to panic. I know this may look like a lot, and this may look confusing to a lot of people, and I'm sorry if you're just tuning in. Just kind of try to follow along the best you can. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I think, yeah, that's very possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the smaller. So that would be a 5-wave rally inside, making up that third leg, and then now we would see an A, maybe a B, C, and then maybe we'll get that last one. Bye now. BitConnect. What's up, Troy? Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing for this volume. Let's take a look at volume really quick. Okay, volume's good. And I mean, the long-term overall goal, we're still really bullish, right? I mean, just from looking at all this, you got the cup and handle that we talked about, the Nike swish, right? And then now we had to consolidate from that because we had such a big run up. We had to consolidate and come back down. It's just how it works. And now we're looking to go again. So when we have these targets and make up these, areas of value, then this is what we look for by looking and using historical chart data. So that's why I'm aiming for potentially that, 3.6, 3.7 area. 13.6, 13.7. And then if we're really bullish, maybe get to those 14, 15, 16 highs, 15,000. So time will tell, but as of right now, the trend's still bullish, so it's hard to argue with it. Because we were through the crapper, man. We've been in the bear market. It's been hard to trust this trend, right? It's just been super, super hard. But now we are looking pretty bull. So time will tell. But we're looking pretty good. We got a neckline we got to cross here. If we can cross this next neckline, as you can see when we cross our necklines, like for example here with this cup and handle, that's where you see those really, really big movements that everybody cares about, right? The ones that go for 70, 80%. But those take time to play out, right? It took how many days of really consolidating? It took, 10, 13, 15 days roughly. Well, nobody cares when it's down here, right? And then It's just super funny how everybody finds value up here and Bitcoin's going to 100K. All good, man. All good. Okay, so one, yeah, it's got to be a valid count. So that's got to be C. 1, 2, 2. Ooh. Yeah, this is 3. And then, so this would be the let's see what we got here, kids. Yeah, we're definitely cooling down right now. I would like to just, I mean, if you hold here, that's great. You're going to see your B wave, but right now you're searching for the B wave of the smaller structure, right? I mean, this is such a trader level, right? Most people are sitting more macro and sitting on daily timescales, and that's completely okay, right? I don't want to confuse anybody by, because I do trade small time frames, but I also will trade, do swing trades as well. Because this is some, I'm checking this from such a micro scale, just so everybody, for those people new tuning in, you kind of understand. So there we go. So I would like to think that we would catch ourselves at like 11.8. Yeah, if we don't hold 11.8, you might be coming down a little bit further, but 11.8 would be a really good support area for us. That's where I would target. If one was to maybe think about taking a long, between 11.8 and 11.6, kind of ladder your way, dollar cost average into that area. Maybe you see a B wave bounce, right? Which would look something like, maybe you come down to here, or whatever. And then you could play like a bounce potentially of like 5 to 7, 8%. And then maybe it sees the C wave. If this is all correct and your count, and your count's right, then yeah. But it's nice to see that the volume's tapering off on the 1 hour, which probably means you're going to see a little bit of a consolidation, probably like a tiny little green candle, and then like you do see right here, you see this massive sell-off, then you see this doji spinning topish looking candle, and then you shot to the upside, kind of the signaled a reversal. But it also bounced off this 21-day moving average. Right now, you completely fell below the 50, and you're chasing hard this 100. So this is more of a psychological support, but this 200 would definitely be an area where you would like to see yourself hold. So A wave could be really all the way down to here, all the way down to here, or in this area. So we'll see how deep it is. That will determine how big our bounce will be, and we'll look at the trade setup. Okay. So RSI fell off a cliff. We can take a look and see that we bounced out, which was amazing. Got the bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Super nice to see for trade setups. And now we're selling off, really trying to find some kind of support, right? But that's on a 1 hour time scale. It doesn't mean the overall trend is bearish. It just means that, for the next hour, we are still trying to find a bottom, or a local bottom. Cool. I hope some of this stuff makes sense. If not, I'm sorry. I am not the world's best teacher. I'm working on it. Make sure you leave feedback, comments, advice, because it's weird talking through a computer screen, but it's kind of cool, and we'll get you there. Keep tuning in, keep checking these videos out, and eventually you can kind of get in my head and figure out what I do and why I do it, and maybe it can help you or add to your arsenal. Who knows? Okay. Okay, so what else we got? Cool. So yeah, just kind of finding. We're just kind of catching right now. We have no idea where our support's gonna be. On the 1 hour, it's not even met it yet. 30 minutes tapping it. So we do it on 20. 20's falling below 2. That's not good. We are oversold. That's kind of nice. Let's go to the daily really quick. Okay, boom, and then boom. So we can move this up to here. And this can go to here. And then we find out how deep the rabbit hole goes. Okay. So, that's not what I meant to do. Hold up. Okay, sorry. So, that's BTC, cool. Let's go to Litecoin really quick. Oh, Litecoin. Who knows, dude? Definitely falling off support right here. Thanks. Don't mind all that. Oh my god, that was so aggressive. Alright, yeah, don't mind all that. That's just the alert that we had for the breakout when it went the other way on the way up. And now it's coming back down. Totally cool, man. You know what sucks about Litecoin? This is what sucks about Litecoin. This freaking right here. This is where Charlie Lee has just absolutely... Who knows, man? This chart is kind of just tells it all. But from a trader's perspective, the 236, you got to get above the 236. If you do that, you're still okay. It's amazing that this candle is absolutely sitting exactly dang near on the 236. But you are breaking the trend. I mean, this would have been your trend per se for this one, or maybe even the bigger trend. You're looking at something like this, right? So you could still say that you're actually technically still within the parameters of the trade. But getting above and closing and holding above the 236, most of the time when you run up, you come back down, you consolidate. If you can hold above, then you look for areas of value and you realize that you've switched your trend, right? So you've switched the momentum, I guess, of your trend by closing and holding above that. That's why a lot of traders don't take trades until they get above the 236. So now that if you would hold and close above that, one would like to think that you would look for prices between the 382, the 0.5, the 618 for areas of value, of perceived value, right? But as of right now, it's a little tough because we're kind of crapping out at the 236, if you know what I mean. It's not going awesome. But as long as you hold the trend, you're okay. I think this is kind of more of like a panic wick because what happened today, Charlie Lee, every time Charlie Lee decides to tweet something, the world goes nuts, okay? Every time Charlie Lee decides to talk about crypto, his asset or his former asset tends to spike drastically. It's like a cult of a following, right? Dating back to when I made a video about this. I will make sure that I get it to everybody. I'm not in love with it yet, so I'm being super critical and I'm gonna have to redo it probably. But it's about 6 minutes long. I'm trying to get it to about 5 or 4. But essentially, it talks about what this chart says and my journey into crypto, how I started, and how Charlie Lee's Twitter has been very, very telling as to what actually happens with Litecoin from somebody who's been in the market for a few years. So we'll get into all that in the next video when I do get that posted. I am stacking it, so give me a second and we'll make it happen, alright? Other than that, that's that's Litecoin. Sweet. Let's go to XRP. Or actually, let's go to Ethereum. Sorry, Ethereum. Oops. Cool, Ethereum. Oh, why is this one not doing it? It's no bueno. Oh, that's why. It's because it's the wrong one. This one. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. I have too many charts. Way too many charts. Okay, so cool. What's Ethereum doing? Sick. We talked about how we were going to be over 300. We were over 300. And all that good stuff. Okay, so we've been in this trade forever. We broke out, and now we're holding above the Fibonacci, the 0.5, which is perfect, right? I mean, that's all bullish territory. So, I mean, we are a little choppy. We're kind of coming down. We're probably consolidating for a minute, but we had trade setups, right? We had trade setups to 331. Originally, it was like 300, and then like 315, and then 331, because we've had this plotted for I don't even know how long. Over 2 months, I would say. And now we're back tested. So all it was a trade setup, right? I'm not saying that Ethereum is bullish, bearish, whatever. Like, it was a trade setup. We saw here that we had a cross, and then we took a shot, right? I mean, we took multiple different shots, but just like the one that was on stream, since I started doing those, we took a shot, and it really was a trade setup to here. You know, a 32% gain. And psychologically, we said 300 was an area of value. So around another 20% roughly. So 20 to 33%, whatever. If you made 5%, that's cool. I know I had one awesome human being who said, hey, I took your advice. They bought an Ethereum, sold it. They made like $80 and then proceeded to win and buy the microphone that I actually have and use right now. So I thought that was super cool that, like, that's real, full life, full circle. You know, he bought it based off, you know, not financial advice, but just, like, you know, doing his own research and, you know, listening to my channel. And then it was able to allow him to buy a microphone. I'm like, sweet. That's how it works. Like, that's cool. The purpose of the channel is being met, right? So anyways, off my soapbox on that. I think if we can hold here, we'll be okay. I think this white line will eventually chase to around the 283 mark, around the 50%. You're going to chop around for a second, and then you're going to have another violent move. If the trend can stay bullish, it would appear that we will continue to go up, right? However, the only thing is, when you look at this pattern and the size of it, because it probably should have been a little bit longer, you were in this pattern for 58 days. Okay. Now let's take a look at the one before that. How long did that one take? $40 days. Not bad. So once, like, every couple months or 2 months, this thing decides to violently move. So right now we kind of chopped around, jumped out, consolidated. If we can hold this trend, then one would like to think we could see higher prices. Because looking left, let's actually go back to the 6 hour. When we had these major sell-offs, right? We had these major sell-offs. There was no, this is why we saw this huge pump up here. Because when we got to here and got above the 50 and consolidated for that trade, there's no area of value between here and here. It's straight up and down. So that's why you see this up here. Because this is where some people fibbed from. And if you look left, you will see the next, even to its high, right? Even to its absolute high, it caught the bottom of this one, right? Because there's no area of value here because it's just straight up and down. up and down. It's so twig and thatch. It's so you can't trade that, right? That's just people dumping the market, people taking profits. So as we hold this 50, and we can still stay above it, as long as we stay above the 50, you're still in bullish territory. Your trend, as it has been, will stay bullish, and then we'll reevaluate and fib again. But as you would see, since you're staying above this area right here, right around this area, actually, I guess you could probably say here, the next real area of value is somewhere up in the 400s, right? Your next, if you can get above there, your next real stopping point, you know, because this is all kind of twiggy and stop lossy as well. 400s, 360s, 400s, those don't seem too far out of reach if you can maintain the trend. As you know, I have long-term Litecoin holdings and Ethereum holdings and Bitcoin holdings. I will continue to hold those, and I'm not bearish really in the least with Ethereum. So these are my thoughts. I don't know. You don't have to agree with them, but they're out there. Hopefully it helps somebody. Maybe you learn something. Maybe you just enjoy the entertainment factor. I don't know. But hold this here and we'll see what happens. I mean, on the 2 hour, you are breaking down bearish, which is not awesome, but you're still maintaining the trend. Looking very, very similar to like what Litecoin looked like. And as you can see, your trend line, if you were to draw it, would look something like this. Yeah, pattern development's kind of crazy right now because you ran up so fast and now you're going down, especially with your Elliott wave counts. 5, A, B, and C. 1, 2. Wow, what an impulse. 1, 2, 5, A, B, and C. 1, 2, 3, and then now you broke it. So yeah, 3, 4. Fifth wave failure, probably. Okay. Yeah, so just be careful. I mean, I think you're okay as of right now. I mean, as long as you hold here, I think you'll be okay. Right? If you go below this little red line at like 260, 268-ish, you know, if you go below there, then I'd start to maybe wonder. But until then, I think you're cool. What's up, Max Gaming? How are you, buddy? Oh, what a day, kids. What a day. All the education, all the things, all the stuff. Sweet. Okay, let's do one more thing here. Whoops. That's not what we wanted. Okay, so we can pretty much get rid of all this other crap. Dude, my voice changed because it's sore right now. It sounds weird, doesn't it? It's crazy, man. I think I'm losing my voice. Like, low-key, I think I'm losing it. Well, I shot so many videos the other day that I didn't post because I was so mad at myself not trying to be perfect, right? And I think I just shot them so many times that my voice was like, dude, chill out. Like, you're doing too much. It's all good, though. All good. How are you, though, man? Hope things are well. Okay, let's go back to the old infamous Bitcoin here. Yep, cool. So that's where we're at, man. I think we're coming down to at least here. 11.8, 11.6. That's still the target. I mean, for first looks at longs, it's got to be the first. In reality, you're not holding on lower time frames, which kind of scares me. Granted, you oversold, which is nice. So I mean, you can get past that. But on a bigger time scale, that could mean maybe a little consolidation. Because we just had a run up. Yeah, okay, that would make sense. Even from that trade setup that we had the other day in the last video, another 17% in 4 days. So go check out the last video. You'll understand what I mean. And then we sold off. Sweet. So cool. That is the count. For sure. Awesome, man. I'm glad you're doing well. It's freaking Wednesday, baby. It's Wednesday, baby. Oh, yeah. It's Humpday. Okay. So let's break this down just a little bit further. Yeah, no support yet. 1, 2. See, I would even go as far as to say, this could be completely wrong, but maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Or wait. Yeah, that could work. 1. Ooh. Or it could be this. 1, 2. See, I don't think it is, though, because we're not getting this bounce here. That's the only reason why I don't think. Either way, though, I still think it's a 5-way down. Summer break. Cool, man. That's freaking sick. That's pretty fucking sick. That's cool, man. I hope you're having a good summer. Summer break. That's sick. Okay, so yeah, I think that's still somewhat of the count on the Elliott wave. Volume is basically dirt, so that's nice. But on higher time frames, that you got a longer way to chase, right? So maybe that's 5, right? Which would be A. It'd be the same thing. Kind of playing with it, seeing what could be. If you do hold here, though, I mean, you do have 32 minutes. You hold this moving average. I would at least see a small bounce in the next candle, just because it's the 21, right? And if you hold it and you continue to bounce, you have a super bullish day. You know what I mean? Just because of the fact that that's a very, like we've talked about in the family a lot, the 21-day moving average is a huge telltale as to how strong your trend is. So having that and holding that, you're going to be in for a good day. Cool. Sweet. I've been live for 35 minutes. That's about all I got. Those are the updates. Those are the things. Those are the stuff. If you guys have any questions, I will take a couple. If you have any questions about crypto, about how to get into crypto, or what I do, or anything, or really anything at all. I got about 5 minutes here. If not, I'm just going to keep chilling on charts, and then I'll end this live stream. Make sure you hit the like, the bell, the sub, so you know what to do when we do what we do. And then check out the Discord, because the Discord's awesome. That's where we talk and go over things and the private chats, and it's super fun with the family. But General's cool as well. That's, you know, it's not as active, but it's still cool, and that's where you can get in touch with me, ask any questions, all the good stuff. Cool. I feel like I'm reading the disclaimer when I say that. So yeah, that's about it. Other than that, I'm just cruising through the day. What song is this? I can tell you. It's called Infinite by Valence. It's on this streaming thing that I use because it's free, and YouTube is really weird with the copyright rules. You know what I mean? They're just not very friendly. But it's sick though. I dig it. I definitely dig it. I think we got crapped out on this one. Yeah, cool. Good on that. Good on that. Where we go? Cool. Yep, that's my thoughts. All right, nobody's got any questions. I'm out of here, man. You guys, I'll see you in the next video. Oh, it's NCS. Yeah, it's NCS for sure. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm out. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'm going to get some food because I'm freaking starving, and I will see you guys in the next one.